What is up, guys? Welcome back to another day. I think we're on day 2 now, next weekend, whatever. Trying to get the G35 ready for an event, for a drift event next weekend. I didn't film any of last week's, but I started to try to work on getting some sort of a radio in there so I can have Bluetooth for music. We gutted the whole rear of the car mainly because I just wanted to get all the airbags out, and in doing so there was no need for a back seat or any of that garbage in this car, so we ripped all of that stuff out. Right now we are working on doing a full upper gasket kit on this car just to try to seal everything up, and had to order a new intake. We just got a really super cheap one off of Amazon for right now because the one that was on here was terrible. And then new stock upper control arms are going on to replace the junk that's on here. And we did an oil change last week. Tried to calm down the lifter tick, but I think it's there for good now until I can get in and replace the heads on this thing. So here's where we're at right now. So we've gotten the whole head, the plenum, everything's taken off, the intake's taken off. This right here drives me insane. I don't know why people choose to do this, but super chunky. It's splitting, it's dry rotted, giant ass fucking clips. And then I have to now get a new MAF tube. Instead of buying a $30 one off of Amazon, granted they're still cheap, but somebody chooses to grind off the studs for this thing, or what you would attach another plate to, and then just try to rig up 3 different rubber gaskets to fit a cone that is 4 times too big. And in doing so, they've ruined this, so you can't use it with anything else. So now I have to buy another one of these or trace one down. Just garbage, AutoZone bullcrap. And then it's why would you go through, get this off here. But it's why would you go through all that trouble when it's split? You know, this stock tube is garbage as well. Why would you go through the trouble of rigging something up instead of just paying $30 and buying a cheap ghetto one? It's baffling. Some people should really not do anything. And then on top of that, the throttle body looks like it's never been cleaned. Sounds good, just needs a little cleaning, but it's missing a bolt. How do you miss that? I hate going through and fixing people's mistakes. And then there was hoses that were left loose, the runner that goes from the intake tube down to the heads. One side wasn't even clamped on, the other side the clamp wasn't even on, so it was just pressed on, ready to back off. This oil routing tube, I'm pretty sure that reroutes some stuff for blow-by. Looks like it's been cut and is way too freaking short to even go on where it's supposed to go on at. This car has been a nightmare, but we'll get there. So let's go ahead. Where did I put that? Oh, it's over here. So we ordered this last week, a little gasket kit from Napa. Let's go ahead and replace all those gaskets and get that piece put back on. And then I don't think our intake doesn't show up until tomorrow, so we'll do that tomorrow. Then we can move on and trying to get the radio to fit or work to plug in. I built a harness for it, so that all came in and I got that wired up last night, so we'll try that. In the meantime, what do you guys think we should do with this? This is the top of the plenum. Should we just paint it black? I think I bought some gold for another project I was going to do. I kind of want to do like teal and silver on this car. I already have the steering wheel and some other stuff picked out for down the road, but I don't know. Should I just paint it black? Should we paint it gold and see what it looks like and then spray over it? Or should I try to find some like teal paint? I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think. And so yeah, so let's get this stuff cleaned up and put back in, and we'll keep going.
methods that people have shared with me over the years of like, if you, I think somebody said if you sing happy birthday, that will knock a song out of your head. I remember one person saying the theme from Maud was the thing that would knock a song out of your head.
The only thing for me is just to transition to a new song that's stuck in my head. I don't know if I've ever been haunted so much by a song. I have a pattern of listening to music where I'll listen to one song over and over. I think a lot of people do this over and over and over until I hate it.
Alright, so we're out here for night 2. Still trying to get this thing done. It is freezing cold. But we're getting close. Had to make some changes. Had some ideas that didn't work. Ran to my buddy's shop who has a spare motor that we're gonna eventually rebuild. But I needed the intake runners because, as you've seen in the last clip, we snapped a stud. I snapped a stud. I know better than to send it with an impact. So me thinking spare motor will work. It was an automatic, but didn't realize that it came out of a Maxima. I was like an 02. It's still a VQ35, but it's slightly different. So I went and grabbed this, but this, for some reason, the intakes on those cars are completely different. So the studs were bigger, holes weren't in the right spot, and I didn't realize until I wasted all my time to go out there and get it and come back. And so yeah, so option number 2, because I'm trying to get this thing ready now. We have 4 days left. What are you barking at? Anyways, so yeah, I have 4 days left to get this thing running. So, quick fix. I ended up taking one of the studs here off of the actual clamshell itself. I figured if it's missing one, we should still be okay for at least one event until I can order some more studs. What I'm going to try is there's actually some extra studs right here. I'm not quite sure what they're for. Nothing was hooked up to them. They're just a touch bit shorter. They wouldn't work for this one right here. It was too short. But I'm thinking maybe it might be long enough to clamp the clamshell back together. If not, we'll just leave one bolt out. It should be fine. So yeah, So I'm gonna go ahead and jump forward. You guys have already seen me try to put this together. I'm not gonna use the impact this time. And we're just gonna fast forward and get this whole intake put back together, and we'll go from there. All right, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and finish this up here. I got the other side done for the upper control arms. This is what I'm taking out. I think you guys seen it in the last video. These are some shot adjustable upper control arms. Just garbage. But what we needed off them were these little buckets, or like upper control arm spacers. And basically what they do is they go right like that. And you need them to fit the other ones. So what I ended up doing was just using this ball joint press, and was just able to seat that and push it off basically so I can reuse them, so they can go on my new to me, I guess it would be, upper control arms. So we're gonna get that all buttoned back up, put back together, put the wheels on it, get it back down on the ground, and we should be able to ready to go for this weekend. Got the intake on. Ended up not using that super cheap intake that I bought. It just didn't put the pipe in the right spot, and it was garbage. But I remembered I still had the stock pipe off the 350, and that actually fit on here. So we went ahead and put that one on instead. So now that's all good to go. It's tight. We have no leaks anymore. Cleaned out all of the intake and the throttle body. I think we're gonna need a catch can on this thing real bad. And I think that's it. I think we're good. So then, I got it registered and plated, so now we can drive it around, so that's good. So yeah, I think battery's about to die, so I think we're just gonna end it here. So we'll see you guys in the next one for a fun little drift day. So see you in the next one.